interesting and thought provoking conversation on the Mindful Living podcast. I'm your host, Sana, and today we are diving deep into a question that touches every aspect of our lives. Are you living a system relevant or a human centric life? And which is dominant for you? Now, according to Harvard, decision making is our highest stressor. From picking up butter at the store to casting our votes, our choices are often steered by systems imposed on us, dictated on us. Recognizing this can simplify your life by clarifying your decisions by up to 50% and to help me with this conversation, I'm thrilled to introduce our guest, an Austrian-Californian multimedia artist and creativity awareness educator, who's also the author of 5 books, a podcaster, a speaker, and former Newport Beach Arts Commissioner. Well, listeners with an extraordinary ability to uncover hidden contexts and resolve paradoxes, my guest helps us navigate leadership, communication, and creative expression in ways that honor our true human potential. So, with that, let me introduce to you, all of our listeners, Michaell Magrutsche. Michael, welcome to the show, and it's an absolute honor having you with us.
Thank you, Sana. I appreciate it. I love India, and I I love the Indian people. Let's say I'm not loving India or America or any country. I love the people that are there, and I love all humans. I'm humans are everything. Countries are just made up. If we made them up, there's a piece of dirt, and we say, okay, this is India, this is America, this is England. Yeah, but
Exactly.
if if people don't make it, it's not existence. We created all systems, humans.
That's true.
So
True.
so so humans created all systems, so we can update them, we can leave them, we can destroy them in wars. But usually, uh, any system needs a human for money and because without humans, all systems are irrelevant.
That's true. That's true. And when you mention about the countries, the borders, the systems, I think all it takes to understand and get a better perspective is the frame of reference or the lens. If we look at the entire Earth as a planet from the universal lens, then,
Yeah.
to be honest, countries, borders, I think nothing matters. It's just
No,
it's just a planet. It has water, it has land, it has humans, it has oxygen, and that's why life exists there. But when we talk about
it,
other planets, yeah,
it's exactly, you said the right thing. Does a bird stop at the border to India and says, I can't fly over there? I need to go around India to get it. No, nature has no borders. It just is. It just exists. You cannot say, oh, the wind has to stop here because this is another district. It's a different district in Mumbai. It's like, Mumbai. This is you can't go this. This is another species that other people live there. No, it just nature. We are part of nature. That's what we always forget. We're so system relevant that we condition ourselves, and that's why Harvard has that study because we try. We are human, one-on-one humans, and we try to be system relevant. And a lot of people, as you know, they are totally system. They say, okay, the system says take a pandemic shot, and everybody takes it, and other people don't. But there's very system relevant people that says, oh, this is really good for you, and they all eat it and then get sick, or it's really good for you, all eat it and get better. It's just we copy each other intuitively because intuitively we know we are all one of one and we're all part of one of the big one. Yeah. And I think that's the and you say, no, but in India there's a lot of religion. No, the religions are all for the person, whatever you resonate. You know, if you resonate with Krishna, you go Krishna. If you resonate with Gandhi, you go Gandhi. Whatever. doesn't matter. You resonate with that, and basically everything leads us to one. To the big one. There's only one, and that's our consciousness,
Yeah,
our life. Hmm?
in hindsight, I mean, I completely agree with you, Michael, but the reality is different. I think when we talk about
Disturbed, disturbed, disturbed.
exactly, it is disturbed. I mean, sometimes even I get surprised that at what exactly we are fighting, we are arguing, we are trolling, we are, um, you know, putting out information, what kind
Yeah.
of examples we are setting, what kind of legacy we are creating for the future generations. And I think when we talk about system, um, when we if we want to talk about system relevance or human centric living, I understand there will be a lot of nuances. There have been systems to kind of for sake of civilization, to make it more systematic. Could be the initial idea was a bit different, but I think right now the systems are completely or mostly driven by the hunger, the greed for power and money.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Every system has a noble intent. So you and I live in this little county, right? In this little town in a county.
Mhm.
And you and I said, okay, let's do horses. You and I love horses, right? So have we always think about horses. We have a real good connection, and we are the best. And people come to us in the tribe and they say, "Oh, Sana and Michael, can you do my horse? And I bring you food instead, and I pay you money." And so we scale, right? We scale but then there is a point coming where we can't scale, but the quality of our love for horses gets diminished. But in money, you have to scale. And when you not can scale anymore, there's no alternative. The only alternative in scaling is in getting more it's never enough every day. So if you make $100,000 with me today, you have to make
Mm,
120 tomorrow. But when there comes a pivot point where you can't scale anymore. For whatever reason, you can't scale. I mean, it's the end of India on this side, let's say, and there's China starting, and you can't go over. Yeah. So you have to cut costs. That's the only thing. And guess who suffers? All the horses, all the humans that are part of the initial noble cause of systems. Because you asked me about, you say, yeah, it's not, yeah, all the system starts with a noble cause.
yeah.
But the financial principles, which says it's never enough no matter what, and they have no alternatives, then they say the only alternative that goes, they have no opposite. They have no opposite. So hot, cold, right, wrong, good, bad. But
Mhm.
if it's never enough, no matter what, what's the opposite? There is no. There's only an alternative, cutting costs, and then you self-destruct what you built.
That's right.
How stupid is that? It's like why are we? Why are you playing the game? And the problem is people are not aware. They just they just say, I'm not aware at all, and I just have to believe what Sana tells me. And if you're good or bad, I mean, it's up to you, not to them. They cannot even gauge if you're good or bad. They just believe. They say, "What you gotta do? I have to, you know." Try.
It's all binary. It's all binary. It's the
Yeah,
Z.
yeah, yeah. Systemic, because in systems there's only binary, but the binary only works when it's good, bad, right, and wrong. Binary doesn't work if there's only good or only bad. And it's never enough, no matter what, is one thing, and there's no opposite.
True. True. So, Michael, I think for the sake of listeners, for me as well, what exactly you mean by human centric living? Is it you?
Human centric is real, very easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Go on, Michael.
We're a part of nature,
Uh-huh.
and as long as you think, no, I'm not nature, I'm part of the system, you're already against nature, against God, against universe, and that's why you suffer. You're
Mhm.
part of nature. You're one of one. Also, people don't know that they are one of 8 billion people. And so they say, okay, Sana, you're a girl, you're an Indian girl. Okay, hi. And that's it. I'm not judging you as that. I judge you as first as a one of one human. you know. And then of course I hear you're a woman, and you told me you're Indian, but that's all nothing compared to you're one of one human, because that's the value. The value is you're one of one human.
Right. Right.
Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes sense, but I mean,
Aware. You have to be aware first. You can't change it. Look, I have always a good example.
mm-hmm,
You and I go out to eat, right? I bring you to a special restaurant.
mm-hmm,
The next day you are sick in the morning,
mm-hmm,
and I say, or even at night, you feel a little sick. I said, Michael, what is that restaurant? Well, I ate something bad, and you're not. But the second day you says, Michael, I hate you because you brought me to this restaurant. I'm sick. The third case, you go to a doctor, and the doctor say you're pregnant. And you see that? And we wanted to be pregnant. Not that we don't want to be. And said it's pregnant, you're pregnant. Oh,
mm-hmm.
yeah. So it is the perception. The perception. And when I keep saying, oh, the world is happy, we are a system, and uh, when you're in the system, good, you will be happy. No, you won't. If you're not happy now, you won't be happy after the system.
True. That's true. That's true. I think this perception is uh, built right from the childhood, the kind of environment we blend in,
Yeah.
where, our parents, our family, our friends, school, everything, that template we are asked to sit in, the set template, uh,
Hmm.
that
Yeah.
kind of keeps that perception ingrained, and that subconsciously or consciously dictate our reaction to the events or the people we
Yeah.
meet, teenage or in a adulthood. And I think that what dictates our decision making capability as well.
Yeah. But when you were born, you've talked with kids. You saw little kids, right? And you play with them. They are still connected to the whole. They don't see themselves as one, because you say your name is Yusuf, your name is Michael, your name is Sana. You say that to them. They still believe they are. They don't see the difference, and it's proven scientifically that 18 months, um, the child alive as born 18 months, the child is not is thinks it's one with mother.
Mm.
So that's why you never start training a kid, or try lecturing a kid before 18 months. You allow the kid to total whatever it wants till it discovers its segregation from the mother.
Mm.
And the stuff is, they are completely enlightened kids, and then we condition them system relevant. We say, okay, I want you to go to school, and this is all okay that you want. That's noble intent.
Yeah.
But the awareness, if the awareness is missing, then you say, I did the good thing. I did this. I did that. No, no, no. You have to understand it. You have to comprehend why the kid doesn't is not segregated from you for 18 months. Huh? Well, well, and so what happens is, when you when you uh, when you treat, so the kid is totally enlightened, right? It comes to earth, and then it learns how to be physical, because this is a physical incarnation, right? And it learns how to be physical, and so we need to be aware that we help it to become conscious. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And then
Absolutely.
when we come home, it's exactly what you said before. It's exactly what you said before. Then we are conditioned with the opinion and everything, and our perception is awry. Instead of helping the kid say, "This is what you need as a human," this is the human centricity learned, and I'm working on an education system for that. You that before you go to school, you learn what it is to be a human first. Who teaches you to be a human? Parents. But how do they teach you? System relevant. They're not teaching you from a human aspect. They're teaching you from a system, because for generations were also taught, you got to do this to get money. You got to do this to survive. You got to do this with man to the man who marries you. I mean, this is crazy. It's all made up.
And that realization which creeps upon you when you grow up,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
horrible. That's horrible.
And then we go backwards to the childhood. Basically, we learn all the stuff that childhood had, and we dirty it with system reverse engineered system relevance. See, being a human is not something you have to learn. It's what you are. But then you get system relevant made, and then you want to be enlightened and all this stuff, and now you have to system relevantly reverse engineer what it is to be human. And that's what, like, governments, they tell you, if you are this, you have to be this. No, you can't generalize humans because there's 8 billion. You know?
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. And talking about decision making, Michael, I have a question. So Harvard research points out that decision making is a major stressor. I
Yeah.
absolutely agree. Some of my biggest or even the most frivolous decision making events have been, a horror for me. Uh,
Yeah.
so in your view, what markers help differentiate a system relevant decision from one that is truly human centric?
Awareness again, because you can say uh, decision is right and wrong. Every decision is right. It doesn't matter. There is no wrong. There is no wrong in human. Because let's say I'm choosing this course, and I find out this course is like I'm walking on the path of life, right? And I'm choosing I'm going to make this degree or this course. I do this degree, and if I didn't make this course, I wouldn't see what I hate. I wouldn't see what I despise, what is wrong. I wouldn't learn anything, and it wouldn't push me in the other side. And let's say I want to be a doctor, right? I want to be a medical doctor. I did all this stuff, and then I found out when I talk to my people and I really understand it deeper that I want to be a veterinarian, or I want to be a healer. Just a herbs and all this stuff. That's the worst. That's so there is no right. That's the worst in system relevance, but it doesn't make a difference in human centricity because you got on your path. You always will. The universe always aligns. So to say, "Oh my God, this is a horrible person uh, that started this war," it's not a horrible person. It's an unaware person. It's a distracted person. When you meet gangsters and mean people, you're just disturbed. You just miss it. I'm not saying kiss them. I'm not saying hug them, but no, they are disturbed.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
I'm not saying you shouldn't be upset. You should. No, Sana, you have to kiss every gangster you're coming in contact with. No, that is not. See, that's the system. When the system reverse engineers how humans are supposed to be, and that's always false. It's always disturbed. Yeah, yeah. Mm. So
Uh-huh.
go ahead, go ahead, do it.
When we talk about awareness, so do you think, or you suggest how mindfulness can bring that awareness?
Mindfulness is a danger word. It's a system relevant reverse engineer. It means awareness. And mindful is systemic
Mm.
because I can make you mindful in cooking teas. You know, I can make you mindful in male psychology. So it's segregation in a topic of thing. It's not awareness, and it's awareness in contextual awareness. Right? Awareness is awareness of being. That's human centric. So mind mindless mindfulness is a system relevant designed word to segregate us more.
Mm.
But people use it. So I'm not saying it's wrong to use it, but if you're not conscious of it, you know, So because it puts a tremendous pressure on you. If you say, I can teach you mindfulness of being a dentist, yeah,
Mhm.
that is just in that. That doesn't mean you're mindful in machinery. You're not mindful in babysitting kids.
Mhm.
Mindful is only system relevant because it is on in the context. It is never so. Make your mindful business owner. What is that? Nothing. It's all system relevant. And this is what how you subconsciously get conditioned. We condition ourselves. There's nobody to blame. You know, we condition ourselves. New words. You know, oh, there's so many new words. I mean, love. Look how much God and love has been destroyed by us.
Yeah.
Love is a vibration. See, when you look at love as just a vibrational feedback loop, like an emotion, right? That you are aligned with the universe, and
Mm.
it's not it's not Sana that makes me love. It's I feel love when I talk to Sana. There's a big difference, you know.
Mm.
And then you when you see I'm aligned, and we could have argued right now, right?
Mhm.
I'm not aligned. I'm not feeling love, but I feel love right now. I'm not feeling being in love with you because that's also not aware. Because when I am in love with you, then that first of all needs time. So I cannot fall in love with you right away. You
Mhm.
can just vibrationally very attractive, but I couldn't, fall in love with you. But if I fall in love with you, as in my thing, when I talk to you all the time,
Mhm.
and every time you and we are feeling love, we're feeling love because we aligned. So your vibration and my vibration aligns us to the universe, to God, to whatever you want. And that is the feedback. And that's why love is such a powerful thing. There is only love because that's your feedback loop that you are on the right way.
Yeah. Mm.
So simple. It's all that what the religions all tell you. Oh my God, I have a headache. And we were not aware at that time. We were not, we were not, people have evolved. And that's the problem with human centricity. Human centricity always evolves, but
Mm.
system relevance keeps it outdated because once you have established your PowerPoint, then you don't want to change anything because people have been conditioned. They're never enough. That it's never enough, and they have been conditioned that um, that we are unworthy. There's a tremendous fear. See, the opposite of love is fear. It's not hate, and everything is fear based. Every decision, everything, and you always have to really get and lean into that fear, and actually see the fear. Say, oh my God, I'm fear again. I can't tell you how when I started, this thinking,
Mhm.
when I learned about the human centricity myself, because I
Mhm.
couldn't read that up anywhere. There's nobody that says that. They say what you should do, but not how you be. And so once I got that, I was like, oh my God, this is interesting. Oh my God, I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of life. I'm afraid of existing. And that's most humans are. Do you think animals, we are part of nature, right? Do you think animals are afraid of existing? No, only when they get system relevantly influenced or caught or anything. And when the lion runs for the gazelle spirit is gone already when he bites.
Mm.
There is no, you know, that's our interpretation that nature is nasty. Nature isn't nasty. Nature protects you. Nature loves you. But if you're not open to nature, if you fight it, if you say, "Oh, we need to do chemtrails, we need to change nature, we need to build dams and destroy things," of course you cannot win against nature because you're part of nature,
True. True.
right? And you say true, true, true. It's not about truth. It is. It is. It's not me. It just is. And there's right.
It is, and nature kind, it balances everything. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, and we are part of it. You cannot say, "Oh, there's me." See, this is already segregation. When you say "there's me," No, there is us, and us is part of nature, and us, nature is part of God. Nature is part of the universe, nature is part of God. So if you don't nurture the essential one-on-oneness of you, you're never gonna find God. It's just how can it be? You are God. You're a piece of God. You're not 8 billion. You're a piece of God. You're not God ever. Nobody is. You are a piece of it. And if you, that would be your connection to nature. That would be your connection to understand nature, not to manipulate nature. And then to understand nature, you understand the universe, and then you understand a little bit of God. How can it be different? I mean, I'm not saying this is not something I made up. I always ask the question, said, tell me how it could be different.
Yeah, it's something like same, when we say that you should be God loving, not God fearing, because
Yeah, but most people have got fearing.
yeah, most
Yeah,
people are.
because the system made him God fearing. The religions interpreted an enlightened being like Gandhi, Buddha, Muhammad, Jesus, and interpreted into, first of all, generalized it, because you can't generalize anything. I don't know nothing. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Don't read me. I'm just saying what comes to me. I'm speaking the word. I'm not prepared for this talk. I'm just dancing with you, Sarah. Senna. Sorry, Senna. Yeah. So
Uh, Mhm. So
go
Michael,
ask me. Now you have me. Ask me anything you want.
what exactly, if because if I mean you really, I completely agree because
It's human. And you agree because of what is. Sana, you're not agreeing because I thought about something and I'm right. No, you agree. You agree because this is what we are.
I align what is being what
Exactly.
are here, and I am
Yeah,
into these thoughts in my mind, and I am checking with my observations, and then I'm agreeing
yeah,
with that. So
of course. And that's what human is. That's why human centricity is so powerful compared to system relevance. Because I never asked to be right. I never asked to be wrong. I never asked anything. But I did 500 podcasts as a guest. And people say, you're right, you're right. And this is always the feedback. And I said, please, I didn't come up with this stuff. It just comes in. I didn't read that stuff. This is, I'm just one of one. And my ability is that I'm plugging into your and my mastermind. And,
Mhm.
and, and, and that's what comes in. But I don't have to plug in. It's not a conscious thing. I say, okay, there's Sana. Let me plug in. Oh, I'm the master. That's systemic. I'm nothing.
Mm.
I'm nothing. I'm not separated from us. That's why I say I love all humans. I don't love, oh, I only love Russians. No, I don't. I love them all. You know, it's systemic. Do you see how it segregates us too?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
Yep.
the system relevance is the key because when you can, and I'm not saying within, I don't say hate system relevance. No, play it, but be aware of it. Like you're aware. Oh, I wasn't sick. I actually finally got a baby with my husband. You know,
Mhm.
and that's what's so powerful. When the perception, the awareness is here, you can actually deal the correct way with system relevance.
Mm.
And you know then it doesn't really matter how many people come on your podcast. You want the people that actually transform you. And of course, if you have only a podcast with 5 people and they are all masterminds, like human, masterminds is nothing else that you surrender to your humanness. Yeah. You have it. It's not, you don't need 100. The system says you need 100,000 people. You know why? Because systems are irrelevant without humans. And the they say the chances of, when you pay 100 times lotto. So if I get a lot of humans to participate, you know,
Yep.
then I have a higher chance to make money and survive.
Obviously. That's
It has nothing to do with you are better because you have 100,000 followers. It has nothing to do.
great. What practical steps should I, actually follow, or should listeners?
Listen to this episode 100 times, and every time you will learn something new. That's what I do. I had just a 15-minute piece of tape that I found, and I listened to it. I think 7 times this morning, and every time I learned something. Right?
Wow.
There's people like Eckhart Tolle and uh, uh, Hal Dworskin, Sedona. That's all these people. I mean, I've listened to. I'm just giving you an example. Eckhart Tolle, and I'm not the greatest fan of FM or anything or Masadi or anything. I've I I listen to them, and when it's in a context that I need, when I said I want to learn more about fear, I get like keep listening and listening and listening, really allowing it to get into me, and then all of a sudden that their perspective makes my perspective clearer. And
Mm.
it's not that I copy them. That's why I'm so against copying. That's why my awareness our superpowers are creativity, not our copying.
Yep.
Have a good thing, ever that this you like. Why does everybody talk about Elon Musk? One person, I know he's good. I'm not saying he's bad or anything,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
look how humans are lost. They find one person, and then what are they doing? They found like he's like an underdog, right? The underdog thing. We like the underdog till he's a ruler, and then we cut him. So that's what humans do. That's not Elon's fault or anybody. We collectively bring somebody up, and every news station talks about Elon Musk. We do right now talking about it, but in a different context, in a human-centric context. And everybody talks about it. Everyone. And then he does stuff, and they say, first they say, oh, he's never, when he started his rockets, nobody cared. And then all of a sudden, the rockets could do magic. They could actually go back into their starting position. They're not lost. And they say, oh my God. Yeah, there was one time he was like, then he does with Tesla. And he's also system relevant. So every time he's system relevant, and now the people are becoming all system relevant and copying Elon. Talk to him. There's every, I don't know if you were on Twitter ever, but there is a million Elon Musk thing. How poor this person is as a one of one that everybody copies him. People have no feeling of being themselves. When the superpower, if they want to be like Elon, they better watch themselves. They embrace themselves and find their one of oneness. Because nature doesn't make mistake. You see, nature made a mistake, and he just made Elon Musk lucky. No, it doesn't. It's just if nature made a mistake, why would nature make a mistake? Wouldn't they make just man and woman the same? Just like why would we just not be the same? You have different blood type, you have different sweat, you have different this, you have different this. You're one of one. Even in your family, if you don't believe you're one of one, why doesn't everybody believe in this? Why doesn't everybody like this superstar? Why doesn't like everybody this color? We are one of one, totally individuals,
Why
even
would
from the same thing, right?
why would nature even make say a multicellular organism? You could just stick to single cellular organism.
Exactly. Yeah. We're one of one all. And we develop in the way we want. You have 5 kids and one is crazy, always hyper and whatever. And the other is totally quiet. Why is that? It's the same family. You see it in twins. See, that's human centricity. That's what I teach. Be aware about first what it is to you. Don't people start doing system relevant bullshit when it's about they don't even know what is it to be human first.
That's $1 million question. I think I would encourage all of our listeners
Yeah,
to agree with this.
very good.
See anniversary and
Yeah,
do a self introspection after
yeah,
listening to it. Think about
yeah.
it.
Because your luck is not in Elon Musk. It's not in somebody else. It's in you. If you want to, if you want to believe in your religion and all this stuff, the only way is through you. The religion can give you a little insight, but it's all through you. So if the religion says, you know, put a put water over your head from, uh, put water over your head,
Uh-huh.
and he said, this is the worst I get every single time I get a headache. Don't do what because you're one on one. You're not wrong because you get a headache from water. No, don't do it. Your body says no.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, Michael, before we wrap up, just a quick, just for the sake of our listeners, if they want to connect with you, how they can.
Yeah. So michaelm.com, MICHAELLM.com. And from there, when you want to hear more of the talks, there's probably 150 of them or 200 on YouTube from all over the world. I talk to the whole world. Uh, and I'm only a guest because I'm very neurodivergent and I have a hard time doing this. So as brilliant as I sound, really, I'm not brilliant. I'm not very system relevant, and I'm not don't know anything, and I'm not an expert. So it's just my perception what comes in.
Well, that's that's very interesting, and we'll definitely have the details in the show notes. And Michael, I mean, this was such a unique.
We can do it all the time, Santa. If you want to talk about sex or you want to talk about other stuff of your keywords, we can talk. Health, we can talk all about. It. Just
And
let me know and I'll meet you.
absolutely. And to all of my listeners, I hope that this was a rich and enlightening discussion of its own league. So today we really explored, maybe barely scratched the surface of
Yeah,
really
yeah,
living a
yeah,
sustained life and nurturing a human-centric existence. So remember, being the best version of yourself for you need
yeah.
the system. It opens the door to fulfillment. Until next time, questioning, stay creative, and live fully human. Thank you.